There is a certain demographic of people. There is a certain people of a certain color who think that they're constantly in control of everything, and we're not letting it happen, and they're completely crashing out about it. This Carmelo Anthony situation is fucking insane and shouldn't be happening, and a bunch of violent retards are lying about it because they're demonic. Without further ado, let's just get into it. I got a couple of videos lined up. As you can see, Austin Metcalf's father goes scorched earth.
Y'all can let me make something racist up.
Austin Metcalf's father. Okay, this is what he said.
Let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about watermelon felon? How's that one strike you? You can live with your lie if you want to, but my truth is forever.
Whenever you have a bunch of people out there that are defending Carmelo Anthony, almost all exclusively black, his family is defending him for this too. How could somebody not be racist after that happens? You have to deal with people sending you death threats because your son was stabbed to death.
I want to make this very clear. This is not a race issue. This is not a black and white issue. I don't want someone stepping up on a soapbox trying to...
Unfortunately, they have made it a race issue. The media has made it a race issue. They want all of this chaos and disorder to happen. And they're behind it all in the first place. We can actually do things to help people. But these violent retards get in the way every single time. Just making it worse.
Politicize this.
So that's how it started. Hunter, your next bitch. It looks like the entire Metcalf family needs a blade to the chest. Carmelo Anthony's mother and father.
My son didn't intend to hurt anyone. My son.
I don't give a fuck, man. Arrest anybody who's saying anything like that. We're not gonna, but we should.
He was trying to show him the knife.
Like, they're trying to cause violence and chaos in the streets. That's what they want. They want to riot, but it happened in Texas, so they can't.
Stuck out to me, number one, was the all-white jury. But I was...
Carmelo Anthony's...
Do you know why it was an all-white jury? Because they had a black jury, and the black jury was saying, like, oh, I can't... I don't have it in me to put away a black boy. Are you fucking serious? Dude is a murderer. It's really telling about their culture. A culture based on violence and murder and lies and worshiping demons.
Father, your son stabbed somebody in the chest, but the real problem was white people.
You know, like, all right, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, the truth is on our side.
What? Holy fuck, the claims of an all-white jury is incorrect. The jury included Asian, Indian, and Hispanic members.
You think they care? They're just gonna lie.
What's your master plan, Mr. Anthony? To use your son as income and soak up as much money?
Well, he did. Apparently they're out of money, which is pretty funny. That's why they were poor in the first place, because they're bad with money. That's why most people are poor.
Playing victim to line your pockets?
Well, as a matter of fact, actually...
And then abandon him when he's at...
I heard that they're out of money, though.
Sentencing?
Wait, they weren't at his sentencing?
Yeah,
Damn,
they don't care.
His own family roached out they dipped out.
Left him up there by himself? Amazing. What kind of father are you? You want to talk about what kind of father? All right, let's talk about what kind of father you are. Let's talk about your arrest. Let's talk about your warrants. Let's pull it up, because I'm welcome every one of you to pull up my criminal history. Someone who tried to make up some bullshit saying I'm a sexual assault person, please check the registry. Please check my background in criminal history. It's not there.
They don't care.
Jeff Metcalf speaks on slavery.
Do you know how stupid that really makes you look? You're going to support someone who does something against the law. You're encouraging and saying it's okay because he's a certain color. Oh, you've got more melanin than me. Ooh, so you get more.
It's okay to kill white people because the system is racist. Everything's against me, so this random white kid has to die.
Privileges because 400 years ago, someone sold you, and then we had a civil war to free your ass.
Oh boy, my buddy just interrupted, so I could sit here and rant about the year 1933. If you know, you know.
And now you want to talk shit? Oh, I've been so oppressed. Look how far you've come. Look at all the free shit we give you. You're not oppressed. You're fucking entitled.
Look.
Speaking of 1933, if these moron leftists don't stop doing their fucking bullshit, and if these dumbass violent retards don't stop doing their bullshit, we're gonna end up getting another 1933. And I'm not saying I want it to happen. I'm just pointing out the fucking facts here. I see where this is going.
Even this black lady, man, I love this guy. There are a ton of black people. They're fed up with this shit too. They don't want to deal with this either.
We had to take
The blacks got black fatigue.
actual responsibility for our own actions. Wow, what a concept.
Holy shit.
The next question is, are you
Yeah, don't fucking stab people. I don't even want to stab somebody in self-defense. I don't want to stab nobody.
satisfied with the sentence that Carmelo Anthony received?
That's a real easy question for me to know. Hell no. What is justice? Justice for me is when Austin walks through that door and can hug me. That's how long he should stay in jail, until my son comes back through that door. Do I think
Fucking
justice
base.
was served? No.
Fucking
Austin will
base,
never come
dude.
back to that.
Oh my God.
That was an incredible fucking rant. I'm so glad that I watched that. Holy shit.
This isn't grief talking, it's straight up racist stereotyping, anti-black hate from a racist white man. That's what happens whenever your kid gets stabbed and you get harassed for saying that he should go to jail. What did you think was going to happen?
So they told us, go get white attorneys. I feel like it was just a setup.
From day one, I said this was never about race. Please don't make it about race and don't politicize it. And what did you do? You chose both.
Carmelo got 35 years, and they're losing it. Fucking good. Seethe, motherfuckers.
The White House says,
Carmelo Anthony was just found guilty of murdering Austin Metcalf and was sentenced to 35 years in prison. But already, people are seemingly calling for race riots, as CNN immediately frames a
Of course they are. I wonder where the money's coming from. Who's paying for them?
Carmelo Anthony was just found guilty
Oh,
of
damn it.
murdering Austin Metcalf and was sentenced to 35 years in prison. But already, people are seemingly calling for race riots, as CNN
I accidentally
immediately
went back.
frames a verdict as racist.
Carmelo Anthony said, well, push me. See what happens then. And he pushed him, and that is when Carmelo Anthony rummaged through his bag, took out a knife, and the jury has determined that when that knife went into the chest of the victim, Austin Metcalf, that was murder.
If it was up to CNN, you'd think an inanimate object just magically ended Austin's life.
Also, I don't like the way that was reported. I don't like the way the news reports things. You know what I would have said? I would have said, yeah, dude stabbed the other dude. And then I'll say, we're not going to talk about it. Here's the document for everything involved in this, and read it all for yourself. I fucking hate the media, dude. Because the way she said that, it was obviously to rile people up. Rummaged through his bag. We don't need information like that.
As they desperately try to frame this as anything other than murder.
He had a knife. We don't know why he had a knife. He did not take the stand. This was a self-defense case. And what was in Carmelo Anthony's head was so important, because if he subjectively believed that he was going to be killed or seriously bodily injured by Austin Metcalf, who is the victim now.
This is why AI is gonna fucking take over the news pretty soon. Because she's getting so emotional about this when she should just be reporting the news. Emotionlessly.
Then he had a right to take out a knife.
Saying Austin, who is the victim.
This guy, people like DecoyVoice is for the emotions. I'm for the emotions. I'm not the news.
Now is insanely evil
Shit
phrasing.
pisses me
He's
off,
the
man.
only victim. He's the only one not with us now because of what Carmelo Anthony admittedly did. It's the simplest of cases, unless your network is full of racists.
Then he had a right to take out a knife.
A black man who has now been charged with murder of a young
black
white
man.
Anthony was in this tent. He was asked to leave. He was being confronted and in some ways intimidated, provoked by larger athletes, and he was fearful of his life, and he pulled out that knife.
If he was so fearful, why didn't he simply leave the tent as requested? But no, they're just desperate to frame the murderer as the bigger victim. The only thing worse than CNN was Court TV.
Questioning the jury, I asked him, how did you reach your verdict? How did you reach it so quickly? What happened? It was a 4-inch knife. He used it one time. He was pushed. I'm not saying that it was right, but what are you doing? How did you get?
So you can say that it was wrong, yet you don't want him to. Also, it's the same people that want to take away your guns for self-defense are saying this kind of shit. They want to put people away for self-defense. There are a lot of states where you can't do that because they're run by Democrats, where you can't defend yourself. You have to flee. But it's those same people. Oh man, it drives me insane.
get this verdict. I'm enraged right now. This is very upsetting.
Even stooping to defenses previously only seen in racist memes.
My child has deep regret. My family has deep regret.
So they're trapped in this. So was this a case of self-defense? So we're allowed to defend ourselves with deadly force. Okay. There's no winning for the left on this one. Maybe that's why a lot of people are just staying off it. Because holy shit, this is on fire.
He is a scholar. He has the opportunity to turn his life around. She needed to be talking about her son in the future to get them to see who he could be outside of this. And she was not prepped and ready for that.
Suggesting you can imprison my son, he's a future scholar, just proves you're willing to overlook murder based solely on race. We simply can't reason with this level of weapons-grade stupidity, but sadly, there's actually activists listening to this logic. After the guilty verdict, chanting "say his name" as if Carmelo was the victim.
Not a very big crowd.
Singing
There's children
and
there,
jumping
though.
around, attempting to antagonize the other side.
There was media there, like in the middle of that crowd.
But you're not gonna do with a man. That's weak. That's weak.
Now, luckily, this guy was eventually arrested, but he
Good.
wasn't the only one getting confrontational.
Anytime a white man or a white child can go and put their hands aggressively on anybody,
There's the media.
and something like this occur, it's self-defense. You put your hand on me and see how I respond.
See her, like...
In what world would
This is being paid for, ladies and gentlemen!
Anybody think I was for putting violent murderers in prison until his angry supporters got in my face?
And what, Charleston White raised like $70,000 or some shit? Or maybe he just paid $70,000. Like, people are putting money behind this.
Basically suggesting something similar to me. If anything, it just proves how unfixable this perpetual victim mentality really is. As I already know, even covering this story as moderately as possible, I'm definitely going to receive threats in my DMs by...
Dude, I've been getting nothing but praise from how I'm talking about this, but also I'm in groups like the Hodge Twins and Louder with Crowder. So, I'm not right-wing, well, I guess... I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I am. I'm supposed to be left-wing, but I'm like, boom, I'm extreme on both sides now. I'm like as extreme as it gets, but also as peaceful as it gets. Because I want zero violence. I wish the world's problems can be solved like fucking... What was that anime where nobody dies, so they just play games for war? No game for life. That's how I want things to be run.
Idiots that think they're anonymous, as some people are just seemingly evil.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for words. I don't know what to do.
I want people to not die. And people who cause people to die need to go to prison. Unless it's actually self-defense.
I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more.
Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin.
Now, obviously the answer is, just tell your kids not to commit murder. But in the sea of reasonable responses to this is, how does she have 5 kids but isn't working on a Tuesday afternoon? As for several days, she's been out there proudly broadcasting her racism.
If evidence does come out that Carmelo was not in fact fighting for his life when he stabbed and killed Austin Metcalf, do you think that the black community will accept that?
If evidence shows
Black
that he did
community.
not, no, we're gonna stand by ours regardless. They stand by theirs.
Once again proving you can't reason with this. Why waste your energy explaining that murder is evil when essentially her whole argument is bigotry? The problem being the BLM riots
Why is it such a problem that there are white communities, but whenever it's a black community, it gets pushed through the news as being a good thing? Like, motherfucker, where's my white privilege? Everything has always sucked for me compared to everybody else, you know, on the outside looking in. I'm not saying my life sucks. I actually love my life. But if you're wanting a rich, lavish lifestyle with money, you ain't looking at my life. If you were given the life choices on a card, you know, you were creating your RPG character, you're probably not going to choose me. I don't know, actually. Because characters that come from a rough background are usually the best ones. But who wants to actually live rough? This shit fucking sucks, man. But fucking grow up, life is hard. These people act like we're living in the 1950s. Well, they pretend it. When everything's bad, they wish it was as good as the 1950s. When everything's good, they wish that it was as bad as the 1950s. It's fucking weird.
She's not alone in this. Most people on...
Why the fuck were all those people white? And they all look like they designed games for AAA companies.
Even aware that this entire movement openly endorses black criminals, believing they're basically incapable of not committing murder. It's insanely racist to think this, but they somehow not only believe it, but crowdfund over $600,000 to a guy found guilty of murder, openly admitting they won't spend it on his defense, but other stuff for the family, because being on trial for the murder you committed is injustice. It's actually scary to think a family can make over $500,000 because some people see a black student stabbing a white student and immediately rush to send him money. As simply put, one side wants to see justice while the other is just openly racist, complaining about the racial makeup of the jury.
This is a racist country. We're in a racist state.
You can go somewhere else. Go back to Africa then. See how you like that.
This is a racist court. There ain't nothing else to talk about. When has a white boy been before an all-black jury? Tell us, media. Tell us, white folks. When has a white boy...
It's not even true.
Jury? Never.
And they tried to have a black jury, but it was the same shit.
But the Black Panthers weren't the only ones angry over this.
That a black boy was allowed, not one black soul.
This, you know, whenever stuff like this happens and the media pushes and lies like this, it really makes you think, what was going on in the civil rights movement? And how real was a lot of that shit?
On a jury. An all white jury.
As yes, that does seem like a...
All of the media that's pushing all of this, all the ones that are, yeah, you speak your truth. They need to be arrested. We need to go 1933 on their asses.
A concern we should at least consider, until you read exactly why there were no black jurors. As many of the dismissed potential jurors stated they couldn't imagine putting a brother in jail, saying they can't make a decision about somebody so young, one mistake doesn't make you a bad person, and I don't feel comfortable finding an African-American male guilty of murder, as none of those jurors are able to give an unbiased judgment on the case, and reasonably should immediately be dismissed from the jury. But instead of blaming those individual jurors for their bias, they again blame racism. As plainly put, placing racists on the jury is their version of justice. As when a guy holds a sign showing Irina Zarutska, someone couldn't help but punch him.
I'm just holding a sign.
There was absolutely no reason for that, other than to advertise you have...
I mean, they're all right there. Like, the violent freaks come out in public and show you where they're at. Like, there's got to be a fucking reckoning, or it's just gonna keep being death and violence getting worse and worse and worse. You gotta get rid of them. You gotta put them in the box.
Have zero self-control, and nobody will be surprised when you too are tried for a violent crime. But then insanely admitting they wish Carmelo killed Austin's twin brother as well.
Culture of death and violence.
It's sad to see society slip this far, where we'd like to hear what the other side has to...
It's like the voodoo culture is slipping in. It's like that Haitian culture is just slipping in. And I think that it is being paid for by the same people who pushed into Haiti to make it worse. They really learned a lot out there.
Say, but literally nothing can be gained listening to anybody who not only wants to free someone guilty of murder based solely on race, but wishes they murdered more innocent kids based solely on race. So if you appreciate my concise, sometimes light-hearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription and you'll subscribe to Decoy.
By the way, I've got videos about voodoo shit. I've done deep dives on the voodoo shit and who is paying for a lot of it. Hillary Clinton's one of the big names. That's a fun little deep dive, diving into the culture of voodoo. There's a lot of celebrities who practice it. Like, comment, subscribe!